A Russian reserve captain, Vasily Dandykin, recently stated that, according to him, F-16 could pose a severe challenge to the Russian Aerospace Force's VKS's Su-35 and MiG-31 aircraft. But the U.S. is not in a hurry to transfer the jets. Despite acknowledging the continued threat posed by Russia's Air Force to the region, the highest civilian and military officials for Europe in the Pentagon have reaffirmed to Congress that the Department of Defense does not consider it a pressing matter to supply modern Western fighter jets, such as the F-16, to Ukraine. During their testimony to the House Armed Services Committee on April 26th, General Christopher Cavoli, the commander of U.S. European Command, and Dr. Celeste Wallander, the Assistant Secretary of Defense for International Security Affairs, stood by the Department of Defense's position that Ukraine's most critical requirements in its conflict with Russia should take precedence, and advanced air power is not among them. Wallander said, "Our focus has been on Ukrainian priorities for the fight, and aircraft well on the list. Western modern aircraft is about 8th on the list. And so we focused with resources on the highest priority capabilities, and that's been air defense, artillery, and armor." In this video, Defense Updates analyzes why Ukraine is unlikely to get F-16s anytime soon. Let's get into the details. Wallander put forth the viewpoint that supplying Western fourth-generation fighters to Ukraine and providing them with the necessary training would take too long to be of any use in their present conflict, a perspective that's also been espoused by other officials at the Pentagon. Instead, Cavoli and Wallander highlighted the recent handover of Soviet-era fighters from Poland and Slovakia to Ukraine, citing that these aircraft could be promptly incorporated into the ongoing operations. Wallander said, "Legacy Soviet aircraft have been helpful to Ukrainians because their pilots are trained on those aircraft. They know how to use them, they know how to maintain them." Cavoli also appeared to suggest that Ukraine doesn't require F-16s to challenge Russia's air superiority. He said, "In the near term and into the midterm, what Ukraine really needs to do is control the airspace over its country and over its forces. And they've been doing that very effectively with ground-based air defense. So that's the thing that's most imperative right now, and it's been very well served by ground-based air defense." Viewers may note that Ukraine has got, or is on its way to getting, several Western air defenses like Gepard, IRST, and Patriot. The country also has some Soviet-era platforms like S-300. F-16, like many other Western jets, requires well-maintained air bases. The jet has delicate landing gear, so a rough runway could result in problems during takeoff and landings. The fighter also has an air inlet nose that sucks everything from the ground. So a very clean runway without debris is required to operate the jet, with a high risk of foreign object debris, FOD, going in and damaging the engines. For F-16, Ukraine will have to do extensive work on hangars and runways. Russian satellites will be able to easily detect them, and hence Ukraine will lose any element of surprise. In this context is to be taken into consideration that Russia has several long-range missiles that can hit these bases like Kinzhal, Kh-22, etc. There's a high possibility that Russia can easily disrupt any plans for Ukraine to operate F-16s just by preemptively hitting these bases and runways.
Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.